9.5 trillion. That's how much money was wiped out in just 3 days after the job report on April 2nd. Almost 10% of the global stock market gone. But where did all that money actually go? Is there someone getting rich while everyone else suffers? Or does money just disappear? Today, I'm going to reveal what really happens during market crashes, and trust me, understanding this could be the difference between panic selling and building generational wealth. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a question that one of you sent me on Instagram that seems simple on the surface, but opens up a massive can of worms about how markets truly function. If you've watched your portfolio bleed red this past week, you need to understand this concept, because when you do, these market drawdowns will no longer keep you up at night. Instead, you'll see them as what they truly are: opportunities. But before we dive in, if you find value in this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe. Only 20% of you watching are actually subscribed, and your support helps me create more content like this. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is market capitalization? Market cap is simply the total number of shares times the current price per share. So if a company has 1 million shares trading at $100 each, its market cap is $100 million. But here's where things get interesting. That $100 price tag is just the last price someone paid for the stock. It's not the real value of every share. Think of it like this. Imagine I have a basket with 100 apples. I sell one apple for $1. Does that mean the entire basket is worth exactly $100? Only if every single apple could be sold at that exact same price. But in the stock market, that's almost never the case. If everyone suddenly tried to sell their Apple or Tesla shares at once, the price would plummet long before the last share was sold. This is why market cap is actually a theoretical value, not the amount of real money in the system. The stock market operates on one fundamental principle: supply and demand. When more people want to buy than sell, prices go up. When more people want to sell than buy, prices go down. It's that simple. So when terrible news hits the market, like those job reports earlier this month, what happens? Investors lose confidence. They become more willing to sell and less willing to buy, which shifts both supply and demand curves. Result? The equilibrium price drops. Let's make this concrete. Say you bought Tesla at $200. After some negative news about Elon Musk, public sentiment sours, and suddenly nobody wants to pay more than $180 for it. The market price adjusts downward to reflect this new reality. Did $20 per share go to someone else? No, that perceived value simply evaporated. But here's where things get even more fascinating. Human psychology amplifies these movements. When people see others selling, they get scared and sell too. When people see others buying, they get FOMO and jump in. This is called the bandwagon effect, and it's why market movements often snowball out of control. Animation showing cascade effect of selling triggering more selling. Think about it. Bloomberg reported that $9.5 trillion was lost in those 3 days. But was that money ever really there in the first place? Or was it just a collective agreement on theoretical value that suddenly changed? This is why Warren Buffett says the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Now for the juicy part, is someone getting rich off your losses? While there's no magical vacuum sucking up your investment dollars, there are people who position themselves to profit during market downturns. Short sellers bet against stocks or indices, essentially profiting when prices fall. Think of Michael Burry and others featured in The Big Short, who made billions betting against the housing market in 2008. Then there are VIX tracking ETFs like VXX that rise when market volatility increases. In the recent crash, while the S&P was diving, these volatility products were soaring. But remember, these strategies are incredibly risky. When you short a stock, your potential loss is theoretically unlimited since stock prices can rise indefinitely. And volatility products are complex instruments that aren't designed for long-term holding. So what's the actionable takeaway here? First, understand that market drawdowns like this happen roughly every 5 to 6 years. They're normal, not exceptional. Second, if you own fundamentally strong companies, these price dips don't change the underlying value. They just change what other people are willing to pay right now. The smart move is to know your companies. Fundamentals so you have your own fair value, not just accepting market pricing. Keep some cash ready for moments exactly like this. Consider portfolio rebalancing during good times to have dry powder for the bad times. And most importantly, don't panic sell unless your thesis about the company has fundamentally changed. Remember, until you sell, these losses are just on paper. The money didn't go anywhere because it wasn't real money in the first place. It was perceived value. The greatest wealth transfer happens during times like these, from those who panic to those who understand the game. If this video helped you stay calm during market turbulence, smash that like button and subscribe for more insights that help you navigate financial markets with confidence. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway or any questions you have about market mechanics. Thanks for watching and subscribe to watch the next video.